Bonjour, bienvenue. Welcome to a tutorial by Madame Carole. Today we're going to continue our conversation that we've been having about le passé composé and how to use the past tense, the composed past tense in French. And today we're going to continue with the négatif, the negative, and how to make the passé composé negative, and also à l'interrogatif, so for questions and how to ask questions using inversion in passé composé. Révisons, so let's just review a little bit. The passé composé is used to talk about past events. So it's actions and activities that have already happened. So passé, remember, is past. Passé composé. Yeah. Mon équipe a perdu le match. Yeah. Mon équipe a perdu le match. My team lost the game. And here in English, we would say lost for past tense. And in French, it is a perdu, because it is a composed tense, right? We have two different parts of it, the auxiliaire, the helper verb, and also our past participle, perdu. So, mon équipe a perdu, lost le match. Nous avons attendu Marc. And we waited for Marc. And here we have nous avons attendu. Here our helper verb avoir, and then our past participle attendu. We need both parts to make that past tense. Nous avons attendu Marc. We waited for Marc. Ils ont fini leur devoir. They finished their homework. But here in French, again, two parts. Ont fini. Ils ont fini leur devoir. They finished their homework. So we know there's a compound or a composed tense, composé, and it's made up of two different parts. Your auxiliaire, your helper verb, auxiliaire, et le participe passé. Auxiliaire, c'est avoir, participe passé. Remember, the auxiliaire, avoir, is conjugated to the subject. The participe passé, it doesn't change. It's just a set form that we have to memorize. Au négatif. So how do we put the passé composé into the negative? So remember that negative expressions go around the conjugated verb. So this goes for ne pas, ne rien, ne plus, and ne jamais. They're all going to go around the conjugated verb, and that's our key word here, conjugated. So in the passé composé, the helping verb, or l'auxiliaire, avoir, is the conjugated verb. So our negative expression, ne pas, ne plus, ne rien, ne jamais, is going to go just around avoir, which is the conjugated verb. So for example, je n'ai pas rangé ma chambre. I didn't clean my room. So here we have the passé composé et rangé. Et, as from avoir, is conjugated, so ne pas goes around the conjugated verb, and pas is going to go in between our two parts of the passé composé. Je n'ai pas rangé ma chambre. I didn't clean my room. Mon frère n'a pas maigri. My brother didn't lose weight. Again, here we have le passé composé et a maigri, and ne pas is going to go around the conjugated helper verb. So, mon frère n'a pas maigri. Et nous n'avons pas parlé de ça. We didn't talk about that. Nous n'avons pas parlé. Le passé composé avons parlé, et ne pas autour du verbe conjugué, ce qui est avoir. Nous n'avons pas parlé de ça. Hein? Et la dernière, tu n'as pas entendu la question. You didn't hear the question. Le verbe a entendu. A, c'est conjugué. Ne pas va autour du verbe conjugué. Tu n'as pas entendu la question. You didn't hear the question. Pratiquons. So here I have some sentences in the passé composé, and they're in the affirmative. So I want you to, in your notes, write down these sentences, copy them down, and then try to put them in the negative using ne pas. So you can pause the video, take as much time as you need, and then press pause or press play, and we'll go through the answers. Les bonnes réponses. Numéro 1. Mes amis n'ont pas dansé samedi dernier. Hein? So, le verbe ont dansé On, c'est conjugué. Ne pas va autour du verbe conjugué. Mes amis n'ont pas dansé samedi dernier. Hein? 2. Nous n'avons pas joué au foot hier soir. Ne pas autour du verbe avoir. 3. L'élève n'a pas réussi au contrôle de chimie. 4. Je n'ai pas trouvé mon sac à dos. Et 5. Vous n'avez pas sorti vos livres. Bien, encore. Avoir, 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 avoir. Ne pas va autour du verbe conjugué, autour de l'auxiliaire, autour d'avoir. Non pas, n'avons pas, n'a pas, n'est pas, n'avait pas. Et 6, tu n'as pas entendu un bruit. Bien, tu n'as pas entendu autour du verbe conjugué avoir. Et à l'interrogatif, looking at how we use Passé Composé in questions, and specifically inverted questions. So remember that to form an inverted question, you flip the subject pronoun and the conjugated verb. And again, in the Passé Composé, the helping verb, avoir, is the conjugated verb. So we're just going to flip-flop the subject pronoun and our form of avoir. Par exemple, as-tu rempli la fiche? Have you filled out the sheet? As-tu? Here we have avoir and our subject pronoun. We flip-flop them and added that hyphen because they're out of the regular order. As-tu rempli la fiche? Have you filled out the sheet? Avez-vous vendu vos vélos? Have you sold your bikes? Again, here's our form of avoir and our subject pronoun. So we flip-flop them from what we would normally write in a sentence and added that hyphen. Avez-vous vendu vos vélos? Have you sold your bikes? Et a-t-il trouvé son portable? Did he find his cell phone? Here, when we flip-flop il and a, we need to add this t. It's just for pronunciation purposes. It doesn't translate to anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's just so it sounds better because saying il doesn't sound very good. So here we have a-t-il trouvé son portable? And we'll have to do that always with our il and l form. Et Marie et Claire ont-elles fini? Have Marie and Claire finished? Here, when we have a noun, we need to start with our noun always, whether that's a name or a proper noun or just a regular noun with an article. We need to start with that, and then we tack our subject pronoun to the end of our helper verb to say, hey, don't forget I'm a question. So here, Marie et Claire ont-elles fini? So have Marie and Claire finished? Pratiquons. So let's practice a little bit. So here I have 6 answers, and I want you to, in your notes, write out the questions that would go with these answers. So just to kind of get you started, for number 1, it says oui, j'ai acheté ce livre. So because all the answers are oui ou non, you just have to invert the question. You don't need to add a question word. So oui, j'ai acheté ce livre. So because our answer is je, we need to use the opposite in our question, which would be tu, right? And so because we change our subject pronoun to tu in the question, we also need to reconjugate our verb. So take a couple minutes, pause the video, write down the inverted question for each of these, and then we'll go through the answers together. Alors, so let's go through these answers, right? So for number 1, numéro 1, we have oui, j'ai acheté ce livre. Yeah? So again, we have to change our subject pronoun from je to tu and reconjugate our verb. So it will be as-tu acheté ce livre? Bien, as-tu acheté ce livre? We're going to flip-flop our subject pronoun and our conjugated verb, which is our helper verb, our form of avoir in the passé composé. As-tu acheté ce livre? Oui, j'ai acheté ce livre. Numéro 2, oui, Marie a quitté la maison. So again, as a reminder, we cannot flip-flop a noun and a verb. So we need to start with Marie. Marie a-t-elle quitté la maison? So did Marie leave the house? Oui, Marie a quitté la maison. And we're going to add the subject pronoun at the end in order to invert this question. Marie a-t-elle quitté la maison? Toi, oui, ils ont changé de place. We need to flip-flop our subject pronoun and our verb. Ont-ils changé de place? Oui, ils ont changé de place. 4. Oui, nous avons perdu le match. We're going to flip-flop our subject pronoun and verb, and we also need to change it to the opposite. So instead of nous, we'll use vous. So, avez-vous perdu le match? Oui, nous avons perdu le match. 5. Non, je n'ai pas entendu mes amis. Again, that je is going to change to in the question. As-tu attendu tes amis? So, did you wait for your friends? Non, je n'ai pas attendu mes amis. Et 6, non, mon frère n'a pas rangé sa chambre. Again, we cannot flip-flop any nouns. We need to start with mon frère and then change it to the opposite. So, ton frère a-t-il rangé sa chambre? So, your brother, did he clean his room? Non, mon frère n'a pas rangé sa chambre. Merci beaucoup. I hope this video helped you a little bit more as we continue to learn more and more about the passé composé. Merci beaucoup et au revoir.